Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying some cakes from M&S Food and some Mr. Kipling. These are Caramelized Biscuit Whirls, and I'll just go ahead and show you these since I'm mentioning them first. Caramelized Biscuit Whirls by Mr. Kipling. We've never had these before. Courtney ordered these for us from the UK, and so they actually came from a UK shop.
It's always funny because they're not wrapped in plastic or anything. It's just in the box.
No, we would put like a piece of plastic wrap or something like that around them. They don't, but this is what they look like. They look like they're well filled with caramel. And so I want to show you the cakes up close. That's why we're starting out over here at the counter. This is the classic angel cake, and then we have a classic Madeira. So the angel cake, these are both M&S Food. M&S is a grocery store in the UK, just like Kroger or some Publix or any of those stores like that. And so this is how it looks on the other side. Let's see. I don't want to I want to make sure that I don't pull the frosting. There we go. So I'm being extra careful. Look at that. So that is the classic angel cake, and I'll show you in a minute how it looks on the inside. And then, well, I mean, basically you can see how it looks, but I figured you want me to cut it. See how easy it cuts. This is the classic Madeira, which they have made this before many times on the Bake Off. Again, I don't want to pull that icing off. So the angel cake, I figured you'd want to see it sliced. It's going to look exactly the same as it does from the side view. Yeah, exactly the same. And then
Is there a paper on the bottom? There's a paper.
You know, I wondered what I was hitting. Okay, I would not have known there was a paper on the bottom. There we go. So make sure you take the paper off. Don't eat. I literally would have eaten that. I would have tried to have eaten the paper, and then
it might be edible.
Would have. I doubt. I don't. That does not look like edible paper to me. So I'm glad you said that. So I can give you prices because I have the invoice here. The Madeira cake was £4.25. The angel cake was £4, and the Mr. Kipling were £4.50. So that just shows you what a big price difference it is when you actually buy it in the UK and you're getting it online. They're gonna really bump up those prices. I would be curious to know how much these cakes are in the store. Of course, Mr. Kipling cakes could have gone up since we were there. You know, it's been years since we've been. So we're going to be trying the classic angel cake first. It says, yes, it says iced all butter classic angel cake with vanilla buttercream. All butter sponge cake with vanilla flavored clotted cream, buttercream, and icing. It says per 100 grams, it is, I don't know how many calories. You would have to figure it out. Made in the UK. Now when you eat these, when you buy these, do you try to eat all the sections at one time, or do you break it apart like this? I'd be curious to know that. Oh. Did you get a little bit of a lemon flavor?
Maybe. A slight one. But it's sticky. I was saving the top because it has all the frosting on it.
That's what I'm doing. I think that yellow part is actually lemon cake.
It might be.
I mean, it didn't say that. But I swear that's what it tastes like.
The top layer is the best layer.
With the frosting.
It's a thicker frosting than what we would have. It's nice though. I wouldn't necessarily call it buttercream.
No, it doesn't taste like our buttercream. It is thicker, but it doesn't have the sweetness that ours has. And
there's also something in there. Like there's a texture. It's
there's
like
a gritty texture.
Oh.
No, I got that too. And I even got that, it seemed like from the buttercream on the top, it seemed like it has a little bit of a gritty texture.
No, they have like little sprinkles in it. But the cake itself has a little bit of something in there.
Like it's not cornmeal, but it's almost like that texture kind of.
Or it's ground up nuts of some kind.
Yeah, I don't know what they're using, but yes, I got that too.
Okay. It's like almonds or something that's been ground up, but they didn't quite grind them up fine enough.
It does have lemon zest. So I was right in getting that lemon.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
It's not overly sweet.
That's exactly what I would say. It's not an overly sweet cake. It's not like a bakery cake here.
It's nice though.
But I think it's a nice cake. I can see having an afternoon tea and having that cake.
Yeah. Cutting it, slicing it, putting it on a little plate or something.
Now this is the Madeira cake. It is with vanilla, buttercream, and jam. So it's all butter sponge cake with vanilla flavored clotted cream, buttercream, icing, and raspberry jam.
Do the same thing. I'm gonna break
Again, would you take this apart? You'd probably be eating it with a fork.
Huh. Very thin layer of jam. You taste it though.
And you get seeds.
There's a few seeds.
You did the exact same thing.
The best part's the top. I tell you what, I like the jam in there. It's not like overpowering, like it's not like really strong, but it's definitely there. You can taste it. I wonder if that has the jam on it too, or if that's just icing.
That's just icing. There's no jam on that. I like that one more. I think
there's definitely a texture in there though.
I really like raspberry. So they gave you the raspberry without. They didn't. It's not a really big thick layer of raspberry. It's very subtle, but it doesn't take much to get the raspberry. And then the cake itself really does have a lot of the same texture as the sponge cake. And it's not overly sweet either. But it's very enjoyable.
It's even better when you slice it and have a little bit of the raspberry and the top. There's definitely a texture inside there. Like the bread, the cake, whatever. It has something throughout. That's little pieces of something.
It's not, like our cakes are very fluffy. That is not a fluffy cake. It's a dense cake.
It's almost like if you didn't, like stir up your flour really good and have like little hunks of hardened flour in there. That's what the texture's like, but I don't see anything in there necessarily.
No, it's just a very dense cake. And we have we have made cake mixes from the UK before.
They're very thick.
Very thick. So like ours would be very runny to them. Ours would be so bizarre to them because ours are so runny. They would be like, how is this ever going to set up? And ours end up being really fluffy. But then those cakes, cake mixes are extremely thick, but they end up being wonderful.
They're just a little bit more dense.
Yes, we tried some of the Paul Hollywood mixes too. I wonder if they even
like
still
the box mixes.
Yeah, I wonder if they still sell those, or was that just something he got into, but then he got back out of. I would like to know if they still sell
that happens
those
a lot
or
over
not.
here. Celebrities will put out something and then they'll kind of go away.
Right, yes. Or they'll just put their name on it. So, you know, I don't know what the case was with him.
Well, I can think of one celebrity that did a lot for Walmart. I mean, lots of stuff. And then all of a sudden now they're down to that person maybe has like 2 or 3 things. Talking about the Patti LaBelle things.
Oh yeah, Patti LaBelle. You
Put
know,
out tons of stuff at Walmart one year, and then like now you get a couple things in the bakery. And
but you don't really see a lot because honestly, that is a brand, the Patti LaBelle brand. Especially, I know they've had some frozen foods, but especially with the baked items, the bakery stuff, I expected them to come out with
more.
Everything, and then they didn't.
No.
Yeah, so it's
Well, it was
surprising.
all desserts for the most part. I was expecting some more savory stuff, but they never did.
Oh, no, I was expecting like every kind of dessert you could imagine, and they just didn't have them. These are the caramelized Mr. Kipling exceedingly good cakes, caramelized biscuit whirls. Light shortcake swirl with a caramelized biscuit flavor filling and a smooth caramel sauce. These are 147 calories each.
You don't have to eat the half. It was just figured it'd be easier.
Why would I not want to eat the half?
I'm gonna wait until you actually dig in. I like the filling better than the actual biscuit part. The biscuit for me is kind of sugar cookie like, just very plain, kind of bland. But I like the filling a lot.
The biscuit tastes like it's really cooked. Like you can taste the bake. Like
Yeah.
it's baked for a longer
Like it's toasty.
amount. Yeah, toasty.
Well, they said caramelized biscuit, so
Yes, it seems toasty. Shortcake whirls with a caramelized biscuit flavor filling. Yeah, it does seem toasty, but you know, I like shortbread a lot, so I can understand why this would be more appealing to me than to Kevin.
yeah, it is kind
Because
of, it's just kind of plain.
it is plainer. Yes, it is plainer, especially the biscuit part. I want to have just some of the inside.
Yeah, I see some of the caramel.
The caramel right here.
The filling is got a nice caramel flavor, but it's not none of it's overly sweet or really strong flavor. It's all kind of mellow.
Well, I tell you what
I
it
like
is.
the cakes better.
I tell you what it is with the caramel is there's not enough of it to overcome that toasted biscuit. It's such a strong toasted flavor that you would need twice as much of that caramel, because actually when I just got the caramel, it's really nice caramel and there's some sweetness there. There's a caramel flavor too. It's a sweet caramel flavor. I would just, even though it looks like there's so much in there, truly you would need twice as much. But that being said, I do like these.
Yeah,
and
I do like it.
I think they're exceedingly good.
I like it. They're just kind of plain. And then again, the bread wasn't super exciting either, but they had a little bit more flavor going on than those.
And they're not hard. They
No,
have a
they're just
very, they have a nice crunch to them, but they fall apart really well in your mouth.
Yeah. I like the textures and everything. It's just they're a little plain for me. That's the only problem I have.
Right. I still like their the Battenberg a lot. I mean, it's
One of
wonderful.
those Viennese whirls.
And I love the Viennese whirls. I love the Bakewell tart. So yeah, there's so many that I like, but I do like these too. I think these would be for somebody who likes less sweet. And so the other cakes we named are all very sweet. But my favorite thing out of the three, probably
Mine's a little raspberry.
that Madeira cake. Yeah, it's absolutely delicious.
It's very good.
And now
the other cake's good too.
when they make it on the Bake Off, we can say we've had a actual Madeira cake. Yeah. So thank you very much to Courtney for choosing these. She has ordered more. This invoice is quite large, and so she has ordered more for us from this British store. So we will have more to come. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.